what a day it has already been. Look how tired and sticky I look. I have actually been awake since 4 a.m. on Thursday. It is now 2:13 p.m. on Friday, and I'm finally checked into my hotel. Basically yesterday I got up at 4 o'clock in the morning and I was working really early because I wanted to get a lot of stuff done before I went on vacation. So I worked, and yesterday was a great day. I worked until about 3, then I took a cab to the airport, and the traffic was insane because it's right before Memorial Day and it was raining in New York. So it took us like 2 hours to get to the airport. When I get to the airport, my flight's like a little bit delayed. I get on a plane. I'm in coach on an overnight flight, which is not ideal, but I was just very happy to be like going on a short break. So I sit in this plane like overnight for 7 hours. I couldn't sleep at all because like it's like not comfortable to like sit in a plane overnight. And then I land, I wait for a bus, I get on a bus, I come to Oxford, the bus is lovely, I took a little nap. I get to Oxford, I get to my hotel, and my room is not ready. Fine, like it was like early in the morning, I get it. The woman at the desk told me that she would call me as soon as my room was ready, so she stored my luggage. She was like, just go walk around for 5 hours. So I was like, okay, well, maybe I'll walk around for like a few hours and then I'll come back. And if you can see what I'm wearing like my travel clothes. So it's like a heavy sweatshirt. It was cold in New York, and it's like always cold in planes. And so I'm wearing like a sweatshirt, like sweatpants, like boots and like socks. And it is like 85 degrees and sunny today in Oxford, so it is so hot. I'm basically at this point, I haven't slept in like a day and a half. I've been on a red eye, I haven't showered, I'm still gross, and my room isn't ready, but I'm like, fine, I can cope. And I was so tired, I almost felt like I was gonna pass out. Anyway, so I go and I like walk around, do a little shopping. I get back to the hotel room around 1:30, and it's the same woman at the front desk. I'm like, oh hey, is the room ready? She's like, oh yeah. She didn't call me. So she takes me up to the room, and this room was not expensive, but it definitely was not cheap. It was about like $200. I chose this hotel because it's a sort of a new hotel. It's been around for a couple of years, but I've never stayed there. I stayed at so many of the hotels in Oxford because I come here all the time. And this is one that I saw the last time I was here. I was just walking down the street. It's in this beautiful historical building. It's in a really central location. And when I looked at the prices, it was like expensive, but it wasn't crazy expensive. So I was like, oh, you know, I'll give it a try because it looks so beautiful and it had pretty good reviews online. So I made sure that when I did my reservation, I requested a quiet room, because the last thing I need on like a really short vacation is to not be able to sleep for a long weekend. And I mean, even though I live in New York City, college students in like a college town, when they're out at night, it's like super noisy. So I definitely didn't want a room facing the street. I was like, I really would prefer a quiet room. If you have one, I'd so appreciate it. And the manager actually emailed me back about a week before I went, and he was like, we definitely got you a really quiet room. There's not gonna be any noise. It's gonna be great. And I was so excited. The pictures of the hotel look so beautiful. So I finally get to my hotel room. So she's like, the room's ready. She takes me upstairs. It's on like the top floor of like a 4-floor walk up, and there's no escalator, no elevator, like there's just stairs. So we get up there, it's a tiny room. Like the room is the size of like a small walk-in closet. It just basically fit a bed, which is fine. Like, you know, these older buildings, the rooms are small. It was really, really dark, and there was one tiny window, and the room had no air conditioning. It's like 85 and like hot and sunny outside. No air conditioning, fine, okay, like that's fine, like it's an older building. But I was like, well, if there's no air conditioning, I'm gonna need to open the window. So I opened the window, and it is so loud. That room overlooked these huge like industrial exhaust fans from the building next door. And so the woman was still there, and I was like, hey, like, did you ever notice there's this really loud fan, like industrial fan exhaust noise? It was like 4 of those huge industrial exhaust fans. It wasn't just like one, it wasn't like an air conditioner. It was like huge things. And she was like, no, that's really funny. Like no one's ever mentioned it. And she said to me, she goes, if it bothers you, just let me know and we'll see what we can do. So she left, and I sat in the room for maybe 20 minutes. I am exhausted. Like all I wanted to do was like take a shower and take a little nap, and then have the rest of my afternoon to go walk around and just do stuff that I wanted to do. But I sat there for like 20 minutes, and the noise was so loud, and the room was so oppressively hot because it was just like sunny and 85, and there was no air conditioning, and like there was one tiny window, and so noisy. And I said to myself, I was like, you know what? Like, I don't have enough vacation time in my life to cope with this, to like deal with this. And I know for this kind of money, I can definitely do much better in Oxford. So this is when I was like, okay, I'm just gonna like stand up for myself. And I went downstairs to the receptionist and I said, you know, like, what would be the penalty if I canceled now? And she asked, she was like, what is the problem with the noise? I'm like, yeah, you know, and I showed her the email. I was like, you know, the manager emailed me and told me that there was a quiet room available, and this is really exceptionally noisy. It's not just like a little straight noise. It's not just like a normal noise. It was like 4 like huge fans. And she said, well, the penalty is 1 night. So, and then she sort of looked in her book and she said that there are no other rooms available, even though they said they had like 3 rooms available in hotel tonight. I don't know. Anyway, so basically I ended up paying like $200 penalty for 1 night in a hotel where they told me they were putting me in a kind of room that they didn't put me in. I don't know if I should be like annoyed by it or like angry about it, but I felt like at that point, and I'm still so exhausted, you can see it on my face, like I'm so tired. I haven't slept in like 36 hours. I've traveled like across an ocean. I'm disgusting and dirty and I'm hot and I'm wearing my like hot clothes and I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna pay it and I'm gonna book a room somewhere else. And so now I'm in the Malmaison in Oxford, which is a beautiful hotel, and I wanna show you around because this is like leaps and bounds and like infinity times better than the last hotel I stayed at, which I actually won't name because it's, I don't know, I feel bad for them. Anyway, so let me show you around my current room. So this is a beautiful room. I've already started to like unpack over there, you can see. But it's a larger double and it's on the 2nd floor and it has all the stuff. It has like a desk, it has a sitting area, it has a bed, a giant bed with a beautiful headboard. The color scheme in this room is so soothing and so calming. It's just so cool. So the Malmaison in Oxford is built in what used to be a prison, and it is like a prison wing where the rooms are in jail cells. And I stayed here once before and I stayed in one of those rooms. I'm actually really glad I didn't stay in one of those rooms this time because this is so much nicer. So in the other wing of the building, which is the wing I'm staying in now, these rooms have names, and I believe they're named after government officials and like local officers or something. I'm not really sure, I have to look it up. So my favorite thing is the bathroom. In so many hotels now, you don't get this kind of space in the bathroom. And one of the things I love about going to Vegas is that you get giant bathrooms, but look how big and echoey this bathroom is. It is also so clean. Like you can just tell it is scrubbed, super clean. And I love, there's also a bathtub, which makes me so happy, and a beautiful shower. Let's see what the products are. Look at those deluxe size products, which is also super excellent. I hate when you stay in a hotel and they give you these teeny tiny products that you can only use once. I think it's so wasteful of packaging, but also like sometimes you need more shampoo, and I have a lot of surface area. Anyway, so I am so excited and that I'm staying here. I'm so happy I made the decision to change hotels. I just, sometimes, you know, like you don't know, or I don't know when to stand up for myself. I think, and I don't know if it's a cultural thing, or sometimes I wonder if it's because I'm a woman, but I'm pretty tough. I don't think anyone would consider me a pushover. But sometimes I question myself all the time, and I'm like, am I right in being angry about this? Should I, you know, have demanded something better or better treatment or something? I don't know. I also don't usually run into situations where I'm treated poorly, especially in a hospitality situation because of my line of work. And usually, like, I don't know, I usually run into really, really good service. I've been very, very lucky. Anyway, so that's what I've done so far today. It is about 2:30 and I think I'm actually gonna finally take my shower. I've been wearing, this is why my makeup looks so bad, because I've been wearing it since 4 a.m. yesterday. So I'm finally gonna take my makeup off. Although I'm like really impressed with my mascara that it hasn't come off all over my face, like even as like I tried to like fake sleep on the plane. So I'm gonna take a shower, probably like take a tiny nap, and then I kind of want to go out into the roof for drinks, and I'm going to show you guys around this amazing castle, because the Malmaison is a prison hotel, but it's built within a castle complex. So this whole complex is super beautiful, and yes, I'm so happy that I made the decision to leave that other bad hotel and not just like stick it out, because I would have been so miserable for the rest of my vacation. And like, you guys, vacation days are too valuable to be miserable. I'll see you guys in a second. Okay, so I decided that I can't take a nap because it's just too beautiful of a day to stay inside napping. Now you can see I've taken a shower, my hair is wet, I have no makeup on, but I put some moisturizer on. This is how tired I look from not sleeping for like 36 hours.
A few moments later.
Anyway, so that's my makeup look done. I never do my hair, so I'm just gonna leave my hair to dry. My hair, I'm pretty lucky my hair dries straight. Sometimes I wish that my hair had a little bit more body, so what I'll do in those cases, I'll put it up in like a twisty bun and I'll leave it like that for a few hours, and when I take it down, it comes out in waves. It hasn't really been long enough to do anything really styled in a long time, and so I'm just growing it out now. I think the last cut I got was, I love a blood cut, so I got a blood cut, but I think I got it cut too short because it was like too ambitious, and I know myself and I never get my hair cut, so I got it cut too short, and so now I've just been waiting for it to grow out, and I want to get that like denseness back of long hair. So I'm gonna head out and go pick up some things. I'm gonna take you guys with me. Let's go buy stuff. Hey guys, I'm back in my room and I'm sitting on the hotel floor because I'm in a corner room and now the sun is coming in through this window. So I hope the light is a little bit better. Let's adjust this thing a little bit so it's straighter. So what I did this afternoon was I just went around town and walked around, went to some of my favorite stores, and I picked up some stuff. I haven't done my big beauty haul yet, so every time I come to the UK, I make sure to spend like a lot of time in Superdrug and in Boots getting all the great drugstore beauty products that I can't get in the States. I haven't quite done that yet. I'm trying to pace myself. I still have like 2.5 more days, but I did get some other fun stuff, so I thought I would show you guys. I also got a Waterstones bag. It's like a tradition for me. Every single time I come to the UK, I always leave with like a few of these reusable totes. I like give people presents in them, but I like to have new ones every so often, and I like to use them to go to the supermarket with. So this time I got a Waterstones one in red, which I really like. Waterstones is like a big bookstore chain here in England. Anyway, so let's start. I went to Cath Kidston, and I have this like thing with Cath Kidston prints, which I mean, I really love them, but I know like Cath Kidston stores are sort of like my id, right? So when I walk into the store, I'm so happy, but then I always have to like check myself. I'm always like, wait, don't go crazy. Like, don't buy all of the prints in the store, because you can't like go to work wearing head to toe like Minnie Mouse stuff by Cath Kidston, or like puppy print dresses, even though, I mean, I guess I could. I don't know. I'm trying to like rein it in a little bit with Cath Kidston, but so I try to limit myself to like 1 or 2 dresses a season. So this time around, I picked up this, which I thought would be so great for summer. It's just like a really easy to wear stretchy dress, and it has little birds printed all over it. I don't know if you can see. It's very cute. Like, all of Cath Kidston stuff looks like this. It's not that expensive in the UK, but in the US, it's like double the price. So I like to buy it when I'm here. You can order it online, but seriously, like in the States, it's like double the price of what it is in the UK. I love a good t-shirt dress. I'm so happy I got this. Every single time I come to the UK, also, one of the first things I do is I buy a bunch of celebrity weekly magazines. They seriously have the best like tabloid magazines here. I don't know why we don't have these in the States. We have some of them, but they're not the same in the States. For example, Closer here is like a pretty mass, like mainstream celebrity gossip magazine, but Closer in the States is targeted to an older audience, and it's sort of like a weekly for people who are over the age of 45. So it's much more lifestyle oriented, but here it's like all celebrity gossip. And one of my favorite magazines of all time is this magazine called Heat, and sometimes they sell Heat and Closer like in a bundle, and you get it for like a discount, which I also wish that we did. Heat is like one of the all-time great celebrity magazines, and it's like fashion, gossip, interviews. I guess it's like all the celebrity stuff from people. You know how People magazine has like celebrity stuff, but they also have like real people stories, and they have like super inspirational stories, and they also cover news. Heat is like only the celebrity stuff. And I love it. It's so good. And I don't know, I've been reading it for like 20 years now. I'm obsessed with it. I also picked up Grazia. If you guys are ever in the UK and have an opportunity to pick up Grazia, I would definitely recommend it. It's a weekly magazine that covers celebrity, beauty, and fashion. And I think they do it actually in a really, really smart way. In the UK, they have tons of great weekly fashion magazines, and a lot of them come as inserts inside newspapers because people still buy newspapers here. I love British newspapers. They're so amazing. They're just so well done and like so smart and voicey, and every single paper has a personality. So for example, the Time Style magazine in the Sunday Times in the UK is a fantastic weekly fashion magazine, but that's like kind of like high fashion, and Grazia is much more like middle of the road slash upper middle of the road. So I guess in the States it would be like comparable to say like what Elle does or what Marie Claire does in terms of price point and style, but obviously Grazia is much more celebrity oriented. And what I love about Grazia is that it's also really shopping oriented. So because it's a weekly, they can be super timely with stuff. So literally they'll be like, look at the celebrity, look what she's wearing, you can actually get these items, and you go to the store and they're actually there. The shopping scene is also so different. In the UK, like fast fashion, like this is the home of fast fashion, and their turnover for stuff like those are all the stores I go to all the time. Every time I'm here, it's all these fast fashion stores that are like a little bit more, and they're not like fast fashion like Forever 21 and H&M. They're a little slower than that, I would say. So stores like River Island. I actually really like going to Next just to see what they have. And obviously Topshop and Primark and New Look and stores like that. From Marks & Spencer's, what I do always do is I always buy Marks & Spencer underwear because I love it. It's like my favorite underwear. So it's very simple. I find that the quality is so high, and they have like every color combination, like every style you can imagine, every kind of fabrication. I love the cotton ones, I love the cotton modal ones, but yeah, I love Marks & Spencer underwear, and I love that it comes in multi-packs. I'm just such a fan of it. I just think they make the most comfortable wedgie-less underwear. I also picked up a few pairs of socks for my sister because I promised her I would get some. Marks & Spencer makes great hosiery, and I buy all of my tights from Marks & Spencer every winter. So I'll go and I'll buy like 25 pairs, and that'll get me through the whole season. But I got my sister some sumptuously soft socks, and my sister, when she was little, she's like maybe 6 or 7 years younger than me, but when she was little, she wouldn't wear socks that had a seam. And so all of our socks were bought by our grandparents from Taiwan and Hong Kong, where they used to buy in Asia when, you know, I guess even like in the 80s, the socks didn't have seams, so it wouldn't like jab you with the end of a seam. So my sister got used to wearing those, and so I found these for her, and I think she'll like them. She was actually texting me, and I was like, I'm buying you socks. And then I bought another dress from Marks & Spencer. I'm really into this like little cotton summer dress thing, and I'm really into prints, especially in blue and green for some reason. And I just really like this. This might look like a little bit vintagey of a print on camera. In real life, it's slightly faded. What I do like about Marks & Spencer's clothes is that the quality is so high and the price point is not very high at all. I think this dress was 30 pounds, which is just about like under $40, which is amazing. And I also love about buying clothes in the UK. Most of the clothes that I buy, even if they look like fancier dresses, I mean this is not, but like even some of them that look like fancier dresses, they can all be machine washed. So it really cuts down on my dry cleaning bill. Pro tip. I also bought a few things for my little niece, and I always love buying her stuff because she's so cute and she's 2 years old. Right now she's really into animals, so I saw these animal clothes at Next, so I got her a giraffe t-shirt, which is so cute, and then matching giraffe leggings, and it also has a little parrot on it. Parrot, giraffe. And I got her a little zebra dress. And I mostly got the zebra dress. I mean, the zebra dress is not super exciting, but it was like part of a mix and match deal at Next, where you get like, if you buy one, it's one price. You buy two, you get a deal, and buy three, you get a better deal. But I hope she likes these for summer. While I was at Waterstones, I figured I should pick up some books to read because I love, I mean, I didn't bring any books with me because I wanted to get new books here, and like carrying books is so heavy. I don't really like using a Kindle. I really only use Kindles to read books that, okay, to be honest, I use the Kindle to buy and read books that I'm too embarrassed to let people know that I'm reading. Does that make sense? So if there's like a self-help book that's like really popular, but I don't really want people to know that I'm reading it, I'll buy it on the Kindle and read it on the Kindle because it's like low-key. But I do love British softcover books, and I love British authors. And I think it takes a long time for some of these fiction authors to break America. A lot of these books don't come to the States for like a year, 2 or 3 years. So I like to pick them up here, and all the bookstores here, especially in Oxford, there's so many bookstores, and that's one of the reasons I love this town so much. It's that there are like millions of bookstores for every kind of interest. One of the great things about the bookstores here is they do a lot of deals. So I got these 2 books at Waterstones when I was getting the bag, and they were buy one, get one half price. So yeah, I mean, look how beautiful they are. This one's called The Power. It's by Naomi Alderman. I don't really know what it's about, but it's blurbed really well, and it has these great reviews from The Guardian, and I love The Guardian's book section. It has reviews from the Financial Times, the Mail on Sunday, the Times, and the Observer, and they're all great reviews, and it was blurbed by Margaret Atwood, who wrote The Handmaid's Tale. And apparently it's supposed to be amazing. I also really like buying books that have been shortlisted for really prestigious fiction awards. So this one was shortlisted for the Bailey's Women's Prize for Fiction. And because it was buy one, get one half price, I wanted to get one half price. So this was featured in the window, and I don't really know if this is really my kind of book. This is sort of a fantasy historical fiction. Now it's just like a bunch of genres all together. But it is beautiful. It's called The Essex Serpent, and this is what it looks like. It's a special Waterstones edition, and I don't know if that means there's something different inside, which sounds like there is, with an exclusive essay inside, or if it's a different cover. It is really beautiful, and it is about 19th century London and something about a supernatural creature that something. I just don't know really if it's like my kind of book. When I was growing up, I really did love Piers Anthony books, which are sci-fi and fantasy. So I haven't really read those books in like 25 years, but I do have, you know, a sense of longing for strange creatures and yeah, and inventiveness in my heart. This is what really sold me though. So there's one review on here from the Daily Mail that says, it makes you alive to the strangeness of the world, which I think that we can all relate to at this point, the strangeness of the world. There's this. Anyway, so that's what I got. I'm thinking about going upstairs to the wine bar or the bar on the roof just to have a drink, but I'm so tired. I don't think it's a good idea. I need to figure out what to eat for dinner, so I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna wrap the vlog here, and I will see you guys over the weekend as I just do random things. I'm hoping to do some nature walks. I don't know if that's gonna pan out, but hope you're having a great Friday. Bye.